We are spending the morning here at Suzy Q Gourmet Doughnuts at 991 Wellington Street West. And joining me now, Suzy herself, Suzy Q, Sue Hamer, owner here at the shop. Where did the name come from? Suzy Q Doughnuts.
Suzy Q, CCR. Remember the song?
Yes.
I grew up being called Suzy Q all my life.
Yeah.
And just to please my father-in-law, really, he wanted me to call it that. So there you go, Dad. It's
a catchy name. So the dough that we're working with, whose recipe is this?
This is my mother's recipe. This is the donut that I grew up with. It's very popular this time of year, especially in Finland, where it's from. And I make it a little different than my mother did, where she would roll a log and kind of form it like a bagel.
Yeah.
But we don't have time to do that. You want to try?
I sure do. Okay, so what have you done to it so far? You said we need to get all the air bubbles out of it?
As much as you can, because it's going to go through another rising stage and get nice and big.
Okay. So we need to cut our donuts out like so.
Yes.
Okay. And even this seems kind of time consuming.
It is. And when we have a lineup out the door, we do this as fast as we can. We've got a couple of people back here, and
I know
it's a lot of fun.
Hard to put a number on it, but how many donuts do you think that you sell in a day?
In a day? Probably on a busy Saturday, a couple of 100 dozen.
Yeah. A couple 100 dozen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know this morning has been crazy because you have all of the orders to get out. You've got people who are pre-ordering donuts.
Yeah, and we have that to deal with, and then filling up our own case. And the support has been, we've only been open a year now, and it's been incredible, the growth and the neighborhood support.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic, and so, yeah, we're busy.
It's hard to believe that it's only been a year.
I know, it feels a lot longer.
So how from here, like, because they're just circles right now, eh?
Right, and so now you want to cut the inner circle.
Okay. So just push it out or push it down?
Yeah, and if you flour the cutter, excuse me, it acts almost like a lubricant, so it doesn't stick to the dough.
Okay. So why did you want to open a donut shop and a gourmet donut shop at that?
Well, I have a fine arts background, and I wanted to, I have 3 kids though too, and it was kind of hard to make art and raise children, but I could always bake in the kitchen, and it was something that I could involve them with, and it just gives me that creative outlet. But I found something that people really respond well to, and one thing led to the other, or to the next, and here we are, and it seems like we've outgrown this space, and so.
So will you be, is that a hint that Suzy Q Gourmet Doughnuts may be upgrading to a larger space?
Well, I love this neighborhood, I love this location, and so we're trying to figure out how to stay but still meet the demand, and so yeah, we need to do some tweaking and figuring out, but yeah, we've grown fast.
Yeah, you need people faster than I am to keep up with the high demand. So now I noticed this morning that you've introduced some new flavors. Do you often get feedback from people and then adapt the flavors surrounding that, or where do the ideas come from?
Well, I have my eyes open all the time, and I look for inspiration if there's something that I like, and I try to translate it to a donut. The maple bacon was a big hit, and that triggers new ideas. We've had people from Hintonburger coming over and putting together hamburger donuts.
Yeah. Hamburger donuts.
Yeah, and so it's just about being open to new ideas and not being too traditional. And so yeah, just.
Well, I know that you and I first met over a year ago, and when you told me about the maple bacon donut, I was a little hesitant, and now it is by far my favorite donut. It is so good.
Thank you.
Okay, so I know we have a ton of donuts to get to, so I will let you get back to work.
Okay.
A reminder that we will be heading out to the streets at around 9:30 and giving away a few free donuts as a way of thanking your customers.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to drop by 991 Wellington Street West, you can get your hands on a donut. One per customer.